Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our We will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Oh boy, but what a video we have today, you guys. And I want to give a disclaimer and warning. It's going to be very heartbreaking, sad, but it's truth. And that's what we are on this channel, you know. But it's a disgrace how the left and the fake news media, these activists, these liberals, that, you know, they can't tell the truth, fear mongering, lie after lie, misinformation, just can't tell the truth. But these are Democrats' heroes, illegal criminal gang members, you know, can't stand up and clap for grieving families, a grieving mother, a kid with cancer. But these are Democrats' heroes, killers, murderers, rapers, you know. Living in some sick, dark times, man. Some sick, dark times. They can't tell you what a woman is. The left. And you wonder why? Their approval rating continues to drop even lower than 20%. You wonder why? It was it's a landslide, a mandate. Every single swing state, people that don't even get involved got involved. This is one of the big reasons why President Trump won, and he won 3 elections. Just being honest, the man won 3 elections. They say, Rick, sir, why did you say that? You shouldn't have said that, Rick. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I got to keep it real. I got to keep it real, man. But as you know, Democrat Senator, Maryland Senator, flew to El Salvador on taxpayers' dime, you know, to meet with the gang member, you know. And the White House, the Trump administration fixed this this headline from the New York Times. Senator meets with who's never coming back deported, El Salvador MS-13 illegal alien. Yeah, they had to fix that headline. And this actually broke the internet, and this was only 4 hours ago, as of me recording this. So 4 hours ago, this has broke the internet, you know. But look at this, man. Look at this. And here's the mother, you know, but the senator, you know, can fly to El Salvador, but doesn't want to call this mother, give his condolences or reach out to the family of this mother who lost her daughter to one of these gang members, illegal criminal aliens. It's sad, man. We're going to get into this video. I really want everybody to hear and see this. And a lot of you might have missed it. You might have seen it already. And please share this video. This actually needs to go viral, man. I feel like every American should see this video of what we're going to show. But before we show that, I want to play this clip that was on CNN with Scott Jennings earlier and hit it right on the nail. You know, as they call out Chris Van Hollen, the senator that flew to El Salvador to meet and greet and pamper this illegal criminal gang member.
Van Hollen posted a picture of him sitting with Abrego Garcia at a table.
I see these pictures tonight, and I think, boy, the party of women is really covering itself in glory tonight. I mean, I don't understand
why the American left falls in love with the worst people. You've got a gang-banging, human-trafficking, wife-beating illegal alien, and a United States senator in a ludicrous display of energy is in El Salvador having Mai Tais and Yahtzee. I do not get it. I do not understand why the left takes on the heroes. People like that. I don't get it.
I think
he has an adjudicated deportation order, and you have Democrat public officials falling all over themselves trying to get him back here without thinking through the next step, which is he's literally going to be deported somewhere else.
But he did have due process. Everything we know about him is documented because he did go through the court systems. He was stopped for trafficking. His wife did file these domestic violence charges against him. He was arrested with MS-13 members with a roll of cash that had the eyes and the ears and the mouths of the presidents erased, which is an MS-13 markings. This is all non-disputed.
Average American looking at this case, a lot of conflicting information. Okay, I believe some, I don't believe. An illegal alien came here in 2011, and somehow in 2025, he's still here after having been through the court system, after having been arrested with lots of people in his car, after having all this evidence.
Deport him?
He just did, and now everybody's mad about
Why
it.
didn't
How
Donald
did an
Trump
illegal
deport
alien
him?
take advantage of our system?
Why did Donald Trump deport him? He just did. It's ridiculous, man. It really isn't. And you know what? Speaking on his wife that filed, and you see her written statements everywhere. This is her just an hour ago. I reposted this on my page. And if you want to follow me on X. I am following everybody back. We are already closing in on almost 1,500 Patriots. Common sense Patriots, I want to follow back. So make sure you follow me. I'm definitely going to send you a follow back. But Trump just responded to this of Abrego Garcia, the gang member, illegal from El Salvador, active deportation order, labeled MS-13 by 2 judges, busted with cash and MS-13 members as well, transported 7 from Texas to Maryland, accused of domestic violence. And here is the wife, and she goes completely silent when asked why she filed a protective order against him in 2021. Hear this right here. And then we'll get into the grieving mom in the White House.
I have to ask it. You did take out a temporary order of protection against your husband in 2021. Were you in fear of your husband?
Look at this. Wow.
My husband is alive. That's all I can say.
Wow.
Okay. And I'm not going to push on that apparently. But how much hope? I have to ask it.
Wow. All she can say is, my husband is alive. And we've been calling this out from the beginning, man, But there it is. There it is, man. And this has been the biggest story, one of the biggest stories this year. This woman here has you can see her statements, the documents, everything she's filed. He's given her black eyes, I mean, it's beat her up, throwing laptops and all. I mean, it's bad. Look at the report. I showed you guys on a previous video. But this is who Democrats are loving on and defending. These are their heroes. But I want everybody to hear this video. This is the full thing right here. And again, you might know who she is. And again, I send my love, my prayers, and my condolences once again to her and her family, man. And there are beautiful souls that should still be here right now. But we've had, incompetence. We didn't know who was running the country. Terrible policies. Incompetent. Vegetable, a dead corpse walking around. People going on vacation. People asleep. People letting coconuts fall out the coconut tree. And when it's time to get elected, let's go identity politics. I'm a so-called black woman now. The borders are. No common sense. I was the last one in the room. Disastrous pullout. Made America a laughing stock, man. And told everybody to stay woke. But here's this mother, man. And again, this is very sad and heartbreaking. I want to give you guys another warning and disclaimer, you know. But make sure you share this video. Hit that like button. Videos like this need to be shared around, man. Check this out.
Good afternoon, everybody. President Trump campaigned on the promise to secure our homeland and deport violent alien criminals from our communities. That is why the American people overwhelmingly reelected him back to this office, and it's why the American people defeated the Democrat Party in devastating fashion. Today, we have officially learned Democrat officials still refuse to accept the will of the American people. Maryland Democrat Senator Chris Van Hollen rushed to Dulles Airport this morning to fly to El Salvador, potentially using taxpayer dollars, to demand the release of deported illegal alien MS-13 terrorists. The Democrats and the media in this room have continually and wrongly labeled Kilmar Abrego Garcia as a Maryland father. There is no Maryland father. Let me reiterate. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is an illegal alien, MS-13 gang member and foreign terrorist who was deported back to his home country. And when Kilmar Abrego Garcia was originally arrested, he was wearing a sweatshirt with rolls of money covering the ears, mouth, and eyes of presidents on various currency denominations. This is a known MS-13 gang symbol of hear no evil, speak no evil, see no evil. Abrego Garcia was also arrested with two other well-known members of the vicious MS-13 gang. And two separate judges found that Abrego Garcia was a member of MS-13, and that finding has never been disputed. And just this morning, it was revealed through Maryland court documents that Abrego Garcia's wife petitioned for an order of protection against him for 2 instances of domestic violence in May of 2021. And here is the order right here. The court ordered that the respondent committed the following acts of abuse. Once in May of 2021, assault in any degree. And on May 4th of 2021, he punched and scratched his wife, ripped off her shirt, and grabbed and bruised her. This is from a court in Maryland. So not only are Democrats rushing to defend an illegal criminal foreign terrorist gang member, but also an apparent woman beater. To set all of that aside, the basic fact that he was illegally inside our country and had a lawful deportation order made him subject to removal back to his home country of El Salvador. And if he ever ends up back in the United States, he would immediately be deported again. Nothing will change the fact that Abrego Garcia will never be a Maryland father. He will never live in the United States of America again. And the United States Supreme Court ruled unanimously that the President of the United States and the Secretary of State could not be compelled to forcibly retrieve this citizen of El Salvador who is currently locked up in a maximum security prison in his home country due to his MS-13 membership. To remind the media and the Democrat Party, MS-13 are among the most vicious and dangerous individuals in this world. They pose a direct threat to the United States, El Salvador, and any other country who maintains basic law and order. MS-13 rapes innocent girls and women, runs sex trafficking operations, murders for sport, and terrorizes law-abiding people. That's why El Salvador President Bukele made it clear this week that he will not be releasing this MS-13 gang member from his prison. But that is not enough. All of that is not enough to stop the Democrat Party from their lies. The number one issue they are focused on right now is bringing back this illegal alien terrorist to America. But where are the Democrats applauding the fact that southern border crossings just hit a historic low? Where are the Democrats supporting our brave men and women of law enforcement who are putting their lives on the line every single day to arrest the violent illegal alien invaders that the previous administration allowed into our country? And where are the Democrats when innocent Americans are victimized by illegal criminals that Joe Biden let in? It's appalling and sad that Senator Van Hollen and the Democrats applauding his trip to El Salvador today are incapable of having any shred of common sense or empathy for their own constituents and our citizens. Nobody knows this more than the woman standing to my right, Patty Morin, whose beautiful daughter Rachel was brutally maimed and murdered at the hands of an illegal alien in August of 2023. Patty no longer has her daughter because of the failed Democrat Party's open border, and these are policies that President Trump is bringing an end to. Patty should not have to be here today, but she is, and we are grateful and we are honored for her willingness and her request to share her powerful story with the world. Thank you, Patty, for being here.
Thank you. A lot of you don't know the whole story about Rachel and about the crime that was committed against her. Even us, her family, we didn't know all the details. They kept most of it close to their chest, the detectives, because they didn't want to do anything to hurt the case. They wanted to keep the integrity of the case, so they kept everything close. I sat for the last 2 weeks in her trial, and we saw layer upon layer upon layer of evidence against the accused, an illegal immigrant from El Salvador. And the things that we thought, well, maybe this might have happened, we didn't know, but when we were at the trial, we got all the puzzle pieces. And I want to share some of those things with you. You know that Rachel's a 37-year-old mother. She has 5 children. We've walked the trail for the last 25 years that we've lived in Maryland. It's a safe place for our family. It's where we go to get a little bit of New England, because that's where we're from, New England. When she went on that trail that day, she was not planning on dying. She wasn't planning on walking to her death. She was planning on going to the grocery store with her girls afterwards. Victor Martinez, he waited for her. He waited for her to come closer. He saw her. He saw that there was nobody around. He attacked her. He dragged her 150 feet, blood gushing from her head. It left a 150-foot trail of her blood to the culverts, where he picked her up, he threw her against the wall of the tunnel, and he raped her. But before he did that, he stopped on that trail, and rocks, still stained with her blood, he used them to hammer her head against those rocks. They say at least 20 times they could count the cuts in her head. They said that when they did the autopsy, and I've seen the pictures, there's a 6-inch square in the back of her head where the skull is shattered the way that you would crush an eggshell in pieces. 3/4 of her brain hemorrhaged. Her right and left side of her face bashed in. Her beautiful face bashed in. Her head bashed in. Broken bones, fractures. He takes and he drags her some more. He drags her through the thorn bushes. She has all the scrapes and cuts on her body. There wasn't 1 inch of her body that didn't have some kind of injury, whether it's bruising, broken bones, contusions, the scratches. She had a fractured rib, fractured nose, fractured skull. And then he takes her into the tunnel and he picks her up. He throws her against the wall. Blood is gushing from her head. Her hair is soaked in blood. And they showed us pictures of her body against the wall, the blood outlined her body. And you could see where the blood ran down around her as he was raping her. And then he threw her down and raped her some more. And then he strangled her because he didn't want her to be able to live to tell the story. They said that when they did the autopsy on her neck, that one of the things they do is they open up the neck and they look to see how far the injury is. And they went all the way down as far as an injury is possible, hemorrhaging in the muscles because of how strong and violent the group was around her. These are the kind of people that have no compulsion. Like, to them, this is nothing. And when he was sitting in the courtroom, he actually looked like he thought he was going to be set free. There was no remorse on his face at all. This person took my daughter so violently and so gruesomely and so graphically that they sealed the pictures, because I don't want my granddaughters to see these pictures. These are the kind of criminals President Trump wants to remove from our country. These are the kind of criminals that we need to remove from our country. We are American citizens. Why should we allow people like this, violent criminals that have no conscience at all, to murder our mothers, our sisters, our daughters? What? I don't understand why there's even any kind of problem with this. And it's not that it's political, like the left or the right, although I understand different parties have used it in the past. But we have to look at it as we are American citizens. We need to protect our families, our borders, our children. I don't care about politics. Well, I do, but I want to preserve life. And that's the only reason why I have taken and spoken about Rachel all this time. If you're a mother here in the room, can you imagine standing there alive? You're alive, and someone comes and puts their hands into your chest and rips out your heart? That's what it feels like. It feels like a part of you is being ripped out of you. You can't even describe the pain. Just like you can't describe to your husband what it feels like to carry a baby in your womb, or to feel those first kicks, or to know just intuitively if it's a boy or a girl. It's only a thing that a mother knows. Why are we not protecting the American citizens? It's just common sense. Why are we not protecting our children? And to have a senator from Maryland who didn't even acknowledge or barely acknowledged my daughter and the brutal death that she endured, leaving her 5 children without a mother and now a grandbaby without a grandmother, so that he can use my taxpayer money to fly to El Salvador to bring back someone that's not even an American citizen. Why does that person have more right than I do, or my daughter, or my grandchildren? I don't understand this. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
I just want to say that
Wow.
as a mother,
Wow.
and as an American citizen, the president and our entire team, and I hope people in this room are grateful for your willingness to come here and your request to share your daughter's story. And I think the country hears you loud and clear. So thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Patty or for me? No?
I have a question.
No? Anybody? Okay. We'll see you all later. The president will be at his dinner later this evening. Thank you.
Thank you for being here this morning.
We really appreciate you. Thank you.
Please,
I'm so sorry for your
loss. Thank you. Please tell the truth.
Exactly.
Tell the truth.
Yeah.
Tell how violent it really is. This is about protecting our children. It's more than just politics or votes or just anything. It's about national security,
Wow.
protecting Americans, protecting our children. Thank you. And thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Wow, the State Hall was stunned, speechless. Wow. I'm glad she didn't take any. She said, no, we don't want to take any questions. No questions. And she said, and I love how she said, tell the truth. Tell the truth, man. I still got tears coming out a little bit. Thought I stopped crying, man. Y'all know we've covered this lady in this story so many times, but we never got to hear those full-blown details she just shared. Oof. Oh, now this was my first time actually watching this and reacting to this in real time, the full thing. I've only seen like short clips of this posted from everywhere else. So I decided to make a video and react to the full thing, and I didn't even expect this. So this kind of got me off guard. So I apologize, you guys. I'm like shell shocked right now. I'm speechless, you know. I did not know the full thing on this. We covered, you know, this case and seeing how it went in court and stuff, what was going on, and seeing him sit up there. But we did not know the full thing. But very grateful for this lady to come up and share that, you know, and to be real, man, and let everybody know what's really going on and how disgraceful the left has been in the media, you know, and how they praise and defend these people and love on these criminals and illegal gang members, you know. It's sad. You got Democrat senators flying to El Salvador. Activist judges want you to turn the plane around mid-flight. Sad, man. Pathetic. Then on taxpayers' dime, you know. Complete corrupt scam, man. No common sense. And this is why there's a mandate. This is why he won. This is why people wanted President Trump back in. Like I say, the man won 3 elections. I hope some people hate to hear that, but the man won 3 elections. You know, it's been nothing but witch hunts, shams, cheating, you know, stealing, theft, people with their hands in the cookie jar, a swamp. And we voted to drain the swamp, man. We voted to drain the swamp. But share this video. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Join the family if you are new here. And I will catch you beautiful people in the next one. Peace and love, y'all.